What I'm going to cover in this video here is the preparation for a canter depart. So I've got Silvertail here. He's a 9-year-old Nakota, and we're just getting him going under saddle, getting him, going here on the ground, and he does not yet know how to canter online. I've just been doing some walking and some trotting. So that's what we're going to go into, is how do you set your horse up, prepare them for a good canter depart. Because the canter depart, the depart is more important than, to me, more important than the canter itself in the beginning. So having a good canter depart sets you up for success in getting the canter to move on and go farther and longer with them. So the first thing we want to do is to just get them out, going around, and we're looking for a nice rhythm. So can I get them going around me at a walk, nice rhythm? And there's really 3 things I'm looking for here. At the walk, can he maintain a nice forward walk? The second thing is can he stay out there on a circle? Third thing is he bending on the circle? So we're looking for those 3 things, and that's pretty nice. And I can scale that on a scale from 1 to 10. So I'd give him, overall I'm giving him a 7 right now. This is really good, but you could give a number for each one. So with the 7, I can move them on up. If you're getting 6s or above, then you can start asking more from your horse. Now I'm just turning with him, and again, he's doing really nice by, keeping a nice trot going there. He's out on the circle nice. He's actually bending nice. But if he wouldn't, I would start talking to whatever body part's not moving. And when he slows down, is I actually touch him a little bit in the rib cage to lift him back up and go. So again, I'm scaling on 1 to 10. I'm giving him a 7, almost an 8. The rhythm's a little low, but everything else is good. So he stalls out. So I'm saying keep going. Now I'm down here in the corner, and I here for a reason. So I'm going to let the corner help me to set up for the canter. I've got a good rhythm going. He's staying out there on the circle nice. He's giving me a nice bend. So he's ready for the canter, or for the depart, for me to ask it. And I'm just going to ask politely, and then I'm going to leave him alone. It's not that I'm going to push him into the canter. This is more about getting him to learn what the cue is for the canter, and then what he needs to do when he is cued. So what I do to set him up is I got the rhythm going nice. Now I'm going to ask him to canter right as he comes between me and the fence, or maybe even just a little bit before, just depends. And I'm going to ask by just kind of opening up. I'm not going to do a big, hey, I'll get out there. It's more of just kind of almost like I'm just lifting my energy up to say, let's canter. And I'm going to do that as the body language. And then I'm just going to kiss, and then I'm going to tag him. Because what I want him to do is to start associating. When I lift, that means canter. When my intent, so I'm going to get an intent of what it is I want. And that's a canter. So this is nice if he keeps going. And I lift and tag him. Now I leave him alone. Now the other critical thing here is the length of line. I'm going to shorten the line as short as I need to stay connected to him. The moment I ask for the canter and he wants to go or canter, I allow him to have rope and he can go off. he doesn't have to canter this small circle. So again, this is nice. I'm going to ask again. So right as he comes in there, I lift and I tag. And I allow him to go off. And he thought about it. As soon as I lift, he sped up just a little bit. So I don't get after him. It was just that one time. And now I'm not going to ask. If he gets worried by going through there, I'm not going to ask. I want him to be in a relaxed, quiet place. The canter isn't about getting worried. So if we've got to go around another 10 times just to get him relaxed, some horses you do. We'll do that. But until he's in a good place, I'm not going to ask for the canter. This isn't too bad here. See if he keeps going, and that was nice. Good try. I didn't have to tag him because he knew what was coming. So I can actually bring him in, reward him for that, go back to some rhythmic motion just to prove to him that this is okay. And again, it's not about, I'm not out here to get a canter tonight necessarily. If he gives it to me, great. If he doesn't, it's fine. It's more about I'm teaching him what the canter depart is. So if I can stay really consistent with my cues, then before long, as soon as I just kind of lift up, he's like, oh, okay, I can go into a canter. I want the horse to want the canter, not that he feels like he has to canter, or you're trying to push them into the canter or pull them into the canter. A lot of people, they're out here pulling them forward, and I think of it more as of lifting up and going, because when we get on to ride, it's going to be the same thing. We're not using our hands, but we just kind of sit back and we open up our pelvis a little and just allow the horse to come up underneath us. So we're doing the same thing here on the ground. So we're going to ask this way. So I'm sending out the body part that's not moving. I'm going with him. Now I'm going to ask right as he goes between me and the fence. And I do that because if I didn't have the fence here and I tagged them once or twice, then they start scooching out. And if you've got a round pen, you can do it in the round pen too, that's fine. See there, he's slowing down. So with my cue here, as I'm doing a little lift underneath, and if he ignores that, then I'm going to tag him from the top down. But I start off from the underside on the walk and trot. And eventually the canter, I'll be able to do it from the underside too, but I'm doing from the top down to get him to go, oh, when he lifts his life up, that does mean something. He just has to figure out what it means. And right now I'm just establishing rhythm. And I established rhythm and a sense of direction. Not too bad, so I'm going to, I just do one kind of lift or life up, a kiss, and then a tag. And then I go back to just getting a nice rhythm going. Now again, I want to shorten my line up so I can connect to them. If you're too long, it's hard to stay connected and hard to keep them balanced. But as soon as they canter, I open my hand. I allow them to go. Saying, let's go. Directing the part that's not going. Saying, let's, seeing that a lot of times happens when you ask and they're like, hey, well, I don't really want to go into that space. And you just keep proving to them that it's okay. And nice. And I'm going to let him have that. Those are really nice. I didn't have to tag him. I just smooched and he went off into the canter. You don't want to just keep going over and over it. He gives you some good stuff. Tomorrow when I come back to it, more than likely he'll be pretty much right there. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.